Well, it's time for our boxing on TV ratings from the fights that took place this week. And actually, we had, what did we have? We had three. And here's the way I saw them. The first one was the Spike TV broadcast, which took place on Friday the 13th. It almost sounded like it was going to be a rough night for boxing. But in my opinion, it wasn't a rough night on Spike TV. The first criteria is the quality of the main event. For Spike TV's broadcast on Friday, I score it a 4, which is very good, man. Although the fight only went 6 rounds, the Berto Lopez fight was the type of main event we need for boxing on TV. It was action-packed, and this fight honestly could have gone either way. I agreed with the stoppage, even though I did pick Josito Lopez and lost it on the Billy C Challenge. So I scored a very good. As far as the quality of the undercard, I scored it very good again. On paper, it looked like we were going to be treated to some very one-sided, boring fights. However, this time, I, for one, was pleasantly surprised. The last-minute sub, Eric Bonet, gave Sean Porter all he could handle after and then he finally ran out of gas in the 5th round. But in my opinion, he did well enough to make me want to see this guy again. I thought the Areola fight was going to be a fight that would not go more than a couple of rounds. And when it first started, I didn't think it was going to get out of the first round. But to me, how could you not like this Harper kid? He hung on and hung in there. And Areola hung on to get a close win. I loved that fight. So, yeah. And I thought that Belmontes fought tough in his loss to Miguel Vasquez, and despite Gavin being a total disgrace to boxing, it wasn't enough to drop my score of very good. So I give both the main event and the undercard a score of very good for the Spike TV broadcast. Now, as far as the quality of the crowd and the excitement in the crowd, again, I give it a 4. Very good. The venue was packed. The crowd was into this card from start to finish. It's exactly what you want to see from a boxing card, especially on TV. I scored a 4. The quality of the officials. Now, I score the officials very good. The refs was solid, and so were the judges. There was no mistakes in any area. The stoppages were good. I agreed with the stoppage. I scored it very good. I gave and I don't think I've scored the officials very good yet this year. So I scored them a very good. And as far as the commentating, that I give a satisfactory too. I wasn't crazy about the set in the middle of the arena. Nor was I crazy about the blow-by-blow guy, but Antonio Tarver was solid as he always is, and despite me not getting all warm and fuzzy over the broadcast team, I think they were okay and scored a satisfactory grade in my opinion. Now, when you add it up, it comes out to be 19, which averages out to 3.8, which is an overall rating for Spike TV's first broadcast of very good. The next broadcast that I'm going to do, and I got one after this, the Showtime broadcast, which is their 4th broadcast of the year. The main event, I scored it an unsatisfactory. I can't possibly give this main event a satisfactory grade. Again, I'm very disappointed in Showtime, who at one time was the very best at putting on entertaining broadcasts. Antoine Douglas, Thomas LaManna was about worth a bowl of cornflakes. It was good. It was a good undercard type of fight at best, but not a main event, especially not a main event on a premier cable network. I score it a 2, unsatisfactory. As far as the undercard, it was poor. I scored a 1. This undercard was terrible. Every single fight was a mismatch, and it wasn't even entertaining in any way, shape, or form. My question now is, when the hell is Steve Espinosa going to get fired? As far as the quality of the crowd, I give it a satisfactory, despite some questionable refereeing. Well, that's the other thing. I scored the refereeing a satisfactory as well. The officials, because the crowd was good. They were into it, but it wasn't great, it wasn't bad. I scored a 3. The officials, despite some questionable refereeing, and I thought that the ringside doctor did a good job stopping the Barroso-Kinda fight, so I give it a satisfactory. And as far as the broadcast team, wasn't bad, wasn't good. Listen, in my opinion, Barry Tompkins and Steve Farhood with Raul Marquez is maybe the best broadcast team out there. But even being the best broadcast team, when you're trying to broadcast and talk about such a horrific card, even they're satisfactory. You add it up, it comes out to be 12, which averages out to 2.42, which is an overall rating for the Showtime event as unsatisfied. And as far as the final Billy C. TV ratings, HBO was their 4th broadcast of the year. The main event, I scored a 5. I give it an excellent. It was an excellent main event. There's no way around it. Kovalev Pascal is what boxing on TV is all about. What else can I say? If you watch this fight and didn't love it from start to finish, you're simply not a boxing fan. It's that simple, man. The card was good. The undercard was very good. I scored a 4. Although the Chilimba fight almost put me to sleep, at least he showed some signs of, the sweet science, if you want to use that term. But the Glasgow-Cunningham fight, despite Harold Letterman's comments about it, I thought it was entertaining. I scored a very good. As far as the quality of the crowd, I scored a very good. We're talking Montreal here. I don't think I've ever seen a fight card from this city that didn't feature a full packed house with a boisterous crowd who gets into it the way a crowd should. I scored a very good. As far as the judges and officials were, I scored a satisfactory. I thought the stoppage in the main event was justified, and I think the Glasgow fight was a little close. I scored it for Cunningham. But I overall give them a satisfactory. The commentators, I scored satisfactory. I give them a 3. They weren't bad. They weren't great. Despite Bernard Hopkins speaking some language that's something other than English, I actually liked his perspective that he delivered 10 times better than what we're getting from Roy Jones Jr. So if it were up to me, I'd keep B-Hop in there, even though he's not the greatest behind a mic. But he's definitely more informative, and I actually was interested in what he was saying. I scored that a 3. Jim Lampley brings him down. Max is okay, and like I said, B-Hop was good. When you add it up, it comes out to be 19, which averages out to 3.8, which is an overall rating for HBO's 4th broadcast of the year of very good. Now, if you want to go up to the website, www.billycboxing.com, and check out the TV ratings, you'll see this. You'll get to hear what the ratings were, and you'll also see the current year-to-date ratings for all of the televised networks that we cover. HBO has 4 events. Showtime has 4. ESPN has 8. Fox Sports has 4. NBC and CBS and Spike TV all have 1. So check that out. That was this weekend's Billy C. TV ratings. We got somebody on the